And now it is my great pleasure to perform, demonstrate, and teach you the second half of my own two-guitar arrangement of Frédéric Chopin's Prelude in E minor, Opus 28, number 4, a piece he composed around 1840 or so. I'm not sure of the exact date. He lived from 1810 to 1849. And it's a really beautiful piece. As I mentioned in the previous segment, I arranged it for two guitars. I have the melody playing the right-hand piano part, pick style, using the bridge pickup to get like that piano-like tone. It actually sounds more like a piano than a neck pickup, interestingly. And with the tone roll off a little bit, soft attack, and you want to play really soft because it's a soft, expressive piece, and then you have more dynamics. You have more range to go up. You want to accent some notes. They're going to be that much more louder if you're starting out really soft. And then I'm going to play the accompaniment, which is the left-hand piano part. It's these 3-note chords that move down the A, D, and G strings. This part, it gets a little more involved towards the end. Starts off, like the first bar starts off just like the first bar, but then it quickly veers off. And yeah, check it out. All right, you know, they say you want to capture people's attention, whisper, right? Draw them in, make everyone shut up and listen, right? So this ends really quietly. What I did was when I recorded this to play along with and sync it up, I used a click, and then I got rid of the click. I muted it, but as I was doing the click first, I got to around bar 20, and I started gradually slowing it down, like slowing down the metronome setting. So it would kind of do that retardando, you know, slowing down the tempo. So here's the second half of the melody. We start off the same way we did before with that high B note, or actually the pickup to that is. Okay, now back to E minor over G. Now we go F sharp minor 7, then the chord change to F7. And now, interesting twist. Finger slide. A little grace note again. This is where you get real quiet. Play it real straight, simple, right? Sometimes simple is the best. I did a pull off here, and then it's just. Everything real solid, just right on the beat, quiet, simple, you know, end it like a cool down, like a soft landing. Again, the melody by itself doesn't really sound like much, but you put it against these crazy chords, and you know, that's what makes it sound really neat. I don't think there's anything you really need to know about that melody. Actually, bar 16, that was too loud, right? So I'm adding some hammer-ons and pull-offs, which you can't do on the piano, and you can't do a slide, right? So there's a vibrato. Wherever you have time to do a vibrato. So these are expressive elements, right? Okay. Let's look at the chords. Again, I'm playing them finger style to get that simultaneous note attack, just like a piano would. And we start off with E minor. And then we do this, what I analyzed in the previous lesson as being B7, sus4, because then it would resolve to B7. But now we're just skipping the B7 sus4. I'm sorry, the B7, and just going F7. And now it keeps mutating, right? One note drops down, F minor 7, F minor 6, followed by E7. And each chord kind of sets up the next one. E minor 7, E minor 6, and then C sharp diminished 7, A minor over C, and then that's B7 flat 9. Looks like a diminished chord, A diminished, but played over a B bass note that you just hear for a second, it gives you this B7 flat 9 sound, which is more a modern sound. They call that a flat 9 in jazz. Classical, they would think of it as a diminished, like an A diminished over a B. And then this one is in bar 17, sorry. Wow, what was that? That was E minor major 9 over G. But if you play it over the E root note, that's a 20th century chord, man. That's a space age chord, right? But it resolves to E minor over G. But you could also think of that as a suspension, like those two notes being left over from the previous chord. That's what a suspension, definition of a suspension in Western music is notes that are lingering from a previous chord that eventually resolve late and they catch up. So that's the theoretical rationale for that. And then bar 18, we have A minor, A minor 6, a rather dissonant voicing. You have a major second interval there. And then B sus4, A minor over C. You know, in jazz, you'd call that a 6th chord, like a C6. Right, but not in classical music. That's heard as A minor with a C bass note. And then it goes back in bar 19, B sus4, A minor over C, kind of toggling between these two chords. And that resolves to B7. And this is interesting, bar 21, this is called a deceptive cadence in classical music. You would think B7 would go to E minor, right? Because that's the expected cadence. You're going up, resolving B down a 5th. You're going to C. This note, the A resolves to the G. So it's like we're not done yet, right? We're staying on C now. D7, C6, and then we're back to this E sus4 over B to E over B, E minor over B. See, they started changing the chord qualities in this period of music. Beethoven and Brahms always started doing that, mixing the parallel minor and major chord qualities, just to kind of like mess with your head. And then these last 4 chords, you could either strum them like that, you get a more pronounced blang, like a harp, like a rasuego, or you could do that with the fingers, and then make it real quiet. B sus4, B, the quieter the better, E minor. You notice I fingered the full E minor chord, but I left out the B note because sometimes having that low 5th in there, while it sounds great for rock and metal, and sometimes it's too thick. You want to leave that out, so. So have fun with this, get another guitar player or record yourself on a computer or, Tascam or whatever you got, and use a click. You could do what I did. You could slow the click down around bar 18, 19, just keep lowering it down, one metronome, 1 beat per minute at a time, and then lay in the left-hand part, the chords, then lay in the right-hand part, and then mute the click, and you got yourself a nice guitar version of a classical piano recital. Have fun with it.